So you have dimly lit display on your Marantz 2235B, and you'd like to brighten it up a little bit. Well, this is your first step, looking for a lamp kit for it. Picture's not displayed there, but this is what you're going to get. Well, minus the receiver, of course. But that's your first step. Well, now that you have your parts, now you need the tools. Parts is parts, tools are tools. So I like to use a precision screwdriver, as well as a easy to handle soldering iron. This one has to be butane. I like to have hemostats usually around for this and that, and you're going to need a 8mm, I believe it is, nut driver to take off your front cover. So this is what you got to look forward to. Let's get started. So first, after you have unplugged, you'll need to take off the front cover and top cover. So front cover, it's simple enough. Take off this screw, that's front, these 4 front plate screws, and there's 3 screws on the bottom, one of them here, one of them here, one of them here. Now, even after you remove those, you're still going to feel some resistance here in the center. So what you need to do is unscrew this threaded retaining nut. It holds the center on there, and then you'll be able to just easily lift this whole front off. Now, the cover itself has 4 screws, one here, and just like on the other side. So, total of 4 screws. That just lifts off. As you can see, just lifts right off. And that will let you get to the next stage of disassembly. Next, you need to reposition your indicator lamp, and so you need to remove tension here, and by removing these 2 screws, we'll remove the guy wire tension. After removing the tensioner, we'll be able to reposition very carefully the indicator arm. Next, we will need to remove this screw here, and underneath this harness here, there's another screw. I had to cut a wire tie right there, but we'll want to remove this screw and this screw, because our goal is to remove this bank right here, the circuit board, lamp board. Okay, now that we've got this lamp board loose, we want to make sure to be careful about this guy wire right here. So we want to move that out of the way while we're trying to manipulate this board away from the harness over here and to lift it out of the unit itself. See, there's our lamps right there. And if we're careful, we won't break anything. So I'm going to move this. I'm going to put down the camera so I can get to the next. Okay, so what we have here now is, you'll notice over here that this lamp here is very, very dark. Now the other ones are light. That's because they have seen the light and have been replaced. I'll show you. It's very simple to replace those. You just snap in and out just like any other fuse. That's before and after. Those lights, those fuse lights show indicators like AM, FM, phono, auxiliary, so on and so forth. So now next, these lamps incandescents, they're not as easy to replace. Now, all my lamps work except for this blue colored one. That one is the stereo lamp, and that one's not working. So I'm going to attempt to replace that, but it's not going to be just an easy plug and play, as you can tell by the back of the circuit board. I am going to need to remove it and replace it. Okay, so now I've replaced that. Of course, you can see what was once blue is now white, and has resoldered connectors. And now we will install this back in. So to fit this, remember that these lights need to be on top of that white bracket. This white bracket here, and this must go in between the upper and the lower lamp board, like so. And we'll repeat with the other side. And I will need to take a tie wrap and reposition the wiring back to where it was and tie it off. Now that we have our new cable tie and both screws are secured on either side of the lamp board, we will reposition the tensioner goes underneath the bracket. And of course, this is a lot easier to do with two hands. So once I get that positioned on there, I'm going to reattach it with the two screws like this. Okay. Making sure that the guide wire, of course, is in the track of the wheel. And as you can see, it moves very, very freely. This time, looks good, full range. I'm going to clean up this area right here, and I'm going to put some very, very little lubricant, well, grease, done at this area. Thinking maybe some Plasguard. Okay, now I've got the front cover pushed on there, and all I need to do is to tighten these front cover screws. That's about it. So let's see what she sounds like. You turn your volume down and I'll turn mine up.
Close your eyes, girl. Look inside, girl. Let the sound take you away.
Well, I hope this was helpful and informative. If you have any tips or comments, please leave them and enjoy.